Tyler Smith. What happened? We back, y'all. We back. Yes, I know I've been coming back. Tyler Smith. I'm finally gonna do a live and commentary on Tyler Smith. I just got off the phone. Was talking with my niece and stuff, and um, somehow we got on the case about Tyler Smith. So I went and did my background. I looked into it a little bit, but I actually sat down and kind of really read through this case. And it's a case that Lexington, Kentucky, 18-year-old high school student just recently graduated. Um, Went to a house party. Five people, additional people, I believe, were there. Do not know anything about any other race involved at all. Can't tell y'all if it's any other race involved at all. Don't know it. Don't have that information. But we know Tyler is an African American youth. Again, I can't talk about race because I'm not sure of any other race of the people that was at the party. Um, so, um, so I'm gonna talk about the facts, what has allegedly happened, my opinion. But again, cannot. You talk about the family's concerns. Ben Crump has also joined this particular case. Hold for a second. What's up, Gamma? I'm back, y'all. That was my niece calling me. She was calling me. She's like, "Do you know that they have started a GoFundMe for the young men that people are talking about that are seen being targeted in the uh, Nolan Wells case? That they are now raising money because of the threats and the possible need for security or what legal issues. So they set a goal of $100,000. She said, I haven't looked at it yet, and probably not going to. And she said they've already reached $63,000 in a GoFundMe for raising money for the young men that they're being allegedly accused of being involved with the Nolan Wells death. And so they're raising money, and so far they got 60 something thousand. She said the comment section is just disgusting. I'm like, I'm not gonna go read it. I'm not even gonna put myself in that mindset to go read it. But it is what it is. What's up, Bonnie? What's up, Seretness? What's going on, y'all? Thank you, Kobe, as well. So coming back, another case. Don't know the facts, can't talk on the race because I don't know the race of all the parties involved. Don't know it at all. Um, but then talk about what I do know from what I'm reading. Just happened July 4th. Now, what was so thing about it? But it's July 4th. We got Nolan Wales, and then we got Tyler Smith early in the morning of July 4th. Allegedly unalived himself. Um, as well, unalived himself. Um, at a house party with several other young people. Age range, I don't know. There's not a lot of information out on the people that were at the party. One person in particular was arrested. He was a 20-year-old by the name of Mr. Chestnut, Bryce Chestnut. Bryce allegedly was arrested for removing evidence from the scene. And what evidence did Bryce remove from the scene? What physical evidence did Bryce Chestnut remove from the scene? And was issued a citation for this. Okay. What did y'all think Bryce removed from the scene? Y'all give me your thoughts. What physical evidence did Bryce Chestnut receive a citation for and removing from the scene? Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all guess what Bryce took from the scene. Come on, this is engagement, participation. Y'all give me what y'all think the one evidence, the physical evidence, did Bryce remove from the scene? Gamma said a phone. Evidence, the physical evidence that Bryce took from the scene. Allegedly, but according to police records, he was issued a citation for taking this physical evidence from the scene and has a court date for taking this evidence from the scene. Gamma, phone, not correct. Come on, y'all. I got 13 people in here, 5 likes. Gamma said phone, incorrect. Gamma, nice guess. Come on, y'all here, say something. Right or wrong, the phone is not correct. What physical evidence? Try again. Did Bryce Chestnut remove from the scene? It has a citation to repair in court for. Hey, Liza, welcome in. What did Bryce remove from the scene? What crucial piece of evidence did Bryce remove from the scene? Gamma said clothes. No, Gamma, incorrect. This is a very important piece of evidence that Bryce supposedly Chestnut removed from the scene. 13 people. Gamma's the only one guessing. Come on, y'all. Come on. No, it's just we're talking not clothes. This is Tyler Smith case out of Lexington, Kentucky. This happened on July 4th at a house party. Okay? In the wee hours of the morning, Tyler Smith allegedly unalived himself at this house party. But there was a very important piece of evidence removed from the scene and the scene was tampered with. And the person who removed the evidence was given a citation. It has a court appearance. The damn weapon. Thank you, Gamma. He took the weapon from the scene. Allegedly. And here's what he supposedly done. He handed Tyler Smith the weapon. His weapon. Tyler Smith unalived himself with the weapon. Bryce took the weapon from the scene and somebody put another weapon down. Not Bryce's weapon. Bryce's weapon left the scene. Nobody told the police that Bryce took the weapon from the scene. He took the weapon that Tyler unalived himself with. Again, all allegedly, all opinions. But this is what I have read. So, he took the weapon from he handed, this is what allegedly Bryce stated happened. He gave Tyler the weapon. Tyler unalived himself. Bryce stated he was afraid and scared, so he left the scene with his weapon. Somebody put another weapon down, and you know what they determined? The casing from the weapon they found at the scene that Tyler Smith supposedly did not match. So we got another weapon. We got casings on the ground with the round weapon, because Bryce has the weapon with him because he was afraid. So he took his weapon and somebody put another weapon down that didn't, and the casings did not match. Now they said casings. I got to go back because you only get one shot if you unalived yourself, right? So was there casings on the ground or was there a casing on the ground? Got to go back. Hey Tracy, it's Gamma's World. What's going on? Hey Tracy, what's up? Tracy Anderson from Vegas. Y'all catch it? Hey Diva, it did not match. The casing did not match the weapon on the scene because they put another weapon because Bryce got his weapon with him. Why? Because he's afraid. Now, why would a young man go to a house party and unalive himself? I don't know. Now, my little thinking, y'all, Stupid kids do stupid things, right? So we're talking. You know what my mind went to? I shot a one shot. I guess it was missed shot. So you think I missed myself? I'm gonna shoot myself in the head and face, and then I'm going to miss it and try it again. Okay. I'm thinking, were they playing a game called Russian roulette? Was there a dare going on called Russian roulette? I don't know why my little spidey senses saying people were playing stupid game. It was accidental. Did he thought the gun was unloaded? Could it? Again, law enforcement said it's accidental, right? Accidental. So let's lay it at accidental. Because if he was playing with the weapon and stuff, why take the weapon from the scene? You gave him the weapon, you said. He took the weapon at that moment and unalived himself, and then you picked the weapon up and take it from the scene. And then somebody had the wherewithal to put another weapon down. And the police realized that the casing, that the bullets that unalived Tyler did not match the weapon on the scene. That don't make no sense, right? Now let's go through what the parents' concerns are. Okay, the parents are like, we don't know why he would do that. That don't. If it happened, then why is this not being done? Now, allegedly, the grandmother or the mother asked police to bag the hand. Bag the hand, because normally that's what you would do as for evidence. Is bag the hand to ensure that maybe there's what type of residue is on the hand. We're going to protect the hand. Evidence, if we're going to say, because if they're only going based on the accounts of the witnesses, then the crucial point about that witness is that y'all already tampered with evidence. Why would I want to listen to anything really other than take statements from you all? Why would I not go ahead and bag his hands? Why would I bag his hands? Because I want to go back and check if he held that weapon. Now, allegedly, the mother was told, or the grandmother was told, we don't have to bag the hand because gunpowder residue is going to be all over the place. Oh, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. Anybody ever go to a gun? Anybody ever been to, you fire on the range, right? Yes, you're going to get residue, but you're going to get more residue, some concentrated someplace else. So if he pulled that trigger, you're going to have a greater concentration of residue in a pattern on his hand. And if he put it to his face, you're going to have a greater concentration. Because when I go to the range and I fire, I got so much gunpowder up my nose, okay, and in my mouth and all over the place. But I'm going to have a greater concentration. Wait, somebody else fired a gun, but the entire room gets it. Yeah. You're going to have powder, but you're going to have a greater concentration of gun residue on that person's hand that pulled that trigger. So if Tyler pulled that trigger, you're going to have a pattern. You're going to have gun residue. But allegedly they told the parents, the grandparent, that they don't have to bag it because everybody's going to have gunpowder over them. Nah, 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 nah. Okay? In that case, they would never test for it. That's what I'm saying. So that didn't make sense. You would want the weapon there for proof. Why would so they wouldn't bag the hand? So they told her they don't have to write about bagging the hand. That's allegedly what was said. Again, uh, this case is again still being investigated. Hey, Justice in chat, listening and driving. My concern is we give this person a citation for removing the weapon that was a cause of death from the scene. And placing another weapon down. But nobody feels that's enough to warrant further investigation other than I just can't. Hey Dimples, drive safe, says a Gamma. Hey Dimple, how you doing? If that was the case, they would never test for it. When somebody else fired a gun, but the entire room gets it. Gamma, that's what they're saying. You would want the weapon there for proof. Right, makes no sense at all. I shot unless it was misshot, and I doubt that. So again, another case that needs to be deep dived, and again, parents concerned. I guess this case got overshadowed by the Nolan Wells case, what also happened on July 4th. Okay, but this young man was at a house party. Again, only thing the parents want is handle the case like if it was your own child. Okay, handle the case like if it was your own child. Okay, look at everything as if it was your own child. We got to get away. We understand the dynamics and the systematics of everything else, but all people are asking for is to look at this case as if it was your own child, your own relative, your own parent, your own son, your daughter. That's it. Give it the same type of care as if it was your own people. Okay? That's it. Don't be so quick, because it's always going to be questioned. Why would this boy take his weapon from the scene? And then it still be said to be considered, because all the witnesses stated he did it to himself. Okay? But we also see something that, wait a minute. I hear you guys. Thank you for your statements. We're going to take all your statements. You all saying that he kind of lied to himself? It was an accident? Okay. We got all those statements. The caveat is, why did they tamper with the scene? Why did Bryce Chestnut take his weapon from the scene? Who put another weapon down? My ex-husband was an extreme conspiracist. He would definitely label this as sacrificial activity going on that day. Wow. 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 I just it's just so many questions, because kids do stupid things. I'm not saying that it wasn't an accident. I'm not saying that it wasn't an accident, but when you look at the totality of everything that's happening, it just draws more questions. And people have a right to have questions without having to be attacked or feel that it's this and it's that. It's just the natural human spirit questions. And then fairness. Why wouldn't you bag the hand? Why wouldn't you look at gunpowder residue? It's going to spread differently. That's the ABC of it. Why wasn't the scene secured? Why wasn't the scene secured? Why wouldn't you bag the hand? Why wouldn't you secure the evidence? Why wouldn't you make sure? Of course, if he pulled the trigger himself, because if he was playing with the weapon, if they were playing a silly game, if somebody else pulled the trigger, okay, he left the scene with the weapon. What if he was the one that pulled the trigger? You would never know now, because you didn't bag the hand. Did you get his hand? Did you check his hand for residue? Did you check his fingernails? Did you see if he... Come on now. There's so many Again, the basics ABC of police work. It's just the police work. That's the question. Come on, guys. Come on. Why wouldn't that cause some curiosity? Why are we just writing things off immediately? It doesn't always have to be one thing, but if you're not going to do the work, if you're just not going to take that extra step and just question, It was not inquisitive. Right, bag the hand is not like it would have hurt the case. If it ends up not being needed, so what? At the least you would have had it if it's needed. That's what I'm saying. If you tell me at that case, at that scene, then I'm going to bag that hand immediately. I'm going to take your statements, but we're going to bag that hand. We're going to bag that hand. We're going to secure that evidence. I'm going to take your statements. You all might be telling the truth, but we're going to preserve evidence. We're going to make sure we check the scene. We're going to see everybody got residue on them. Okay, who was standing closest then? So we know that if Bryce was right there, he got residue on his clothes. He got to have a blood splatter somewhere. We're going to know where everybody was standing because of the projectile. Did anybody else get shot? Who was in the room? Who got blood on their clothing? Where did the blood splatter go? When I went to investigator shooting, when when the lady shot himself or shot when she shot her husband, I had blood splatter. I had blood on the ceiling. She shot him with a 30-30 odd buck. Okay? His shoulder exploded. He had blood on the ceilings. He had blood on the wall. He had blood all over the place. Shoulder, we had flesh and bones all over the place. She shot him from the bathroom, from her bathroom into the bedroom. We're going to see if we'll know. Did anybody take pictures? Oh, it was oh man, it's so much. It's so much. I mean, come on. But again, if it was an accident, just got to accept the fact, but he still have questions. Maybe the investigation is still going on. Um, and you know what? Maybe the investigation is going to continue. Hopefully, whatever happens, but you have to answer these parents' questions. Because the splatter will show the distance of space of the incident, most definitely. That blood splatter, who was where? Because if he, in his face, in his head, projectile, right? Where did the bullet enter? Where did it go? Did it stay within the head or did it exit? Did it hit somewhere else? We're going to have blood splatter on his hands, right? And right, we're going to have that splatter concentration on his hand and it goes outward. Pattern black, we're going to have black splatter. We're going to have it on where? Okay? Where did you find the bullet? What was the projectile? Did he go under his face? Did he go from the side of his head? Did he go straight in? Most people, if they're going to unalive themselves, they're going to put the gun, either to the back of their ear, behind their head, behind the ear, at the temple, back at the area level, or they're going to put it under their chin. What did he do? Okay. Again, case could be closed. Case could be the officers. They could have done the most, but you have to want to satisfy the parents. To call them and tell them you didn't do that. Let me tell you something. When I used to go, when I used to go investigate like a burglary or something, them people want things done. So you just couldn't go walk in the house and go, oh, this and that. I want fingerprints. I want fingerprints. And you can look at the subject and say, well, based on the type of door this is or where the location, probably not going to get real good fingerprints. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to take fingerprints. We're going to, okay, you want fingerprints, we're going to get fingerprints. We're just not going to ignore the fact because guess what? They want the crime investigated. They had a burglary. Guess what we're going to do? Even though I can sit there and tell you based on the object, based on the door, I'm probably not going to get the fingerprints. But I'm going to oblige you. I'm going to try and I'm going to do my best and try to get some fingerprints. Why? Because what? I'm going to put you at ease. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show you that we're here trying to do our job. And I'm going to try to pick up fingerprints, even though, based on the type of object this is, we're going to put black powder and white powder and all over the place. And we're going to get some fingerprints. We're going to try. You do that's why? Because they're not going to let you leave. But I can understand why people have concerns. We got to make that effort. You got to show people that you're doing something a little extra. They're not gonna. It's not gonna settle in if at least bag the damn hands. People watch enough TV to know, you know, enough policing hands, suicide, bag the hand. Okay, at least bag the hand. Do something. Y'all bag the hand. Just bag the hand. Okay, I don't know, but for optics reason, bag the hand. Okay, we'll go do the damn job next. That's all. But again, I wasn't there. I'm not there. I'm not. Not. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. It's just because that splatter will show the distance of space of the incident. Yeah, it's just that hard. But again, the case is still open. The family wants answers. They're questioning the evidence and how the evidence is being collected. I'm wondering, my spidey senses is were they playing? Was this a truth or dare? Kids play stupid games, and I'm going to even say that I wasn't there. But what if they were playing stupid games like Russian roulette? What if they were playing dare in some type of truth or dare game, and you take a chance and you pull the trigger and somebody spin. No, you don't spin on a revolver. If it's not a revolver, then you're not playing Russian roulette, right? Um, I don't know what type of game, because if it's not a revolver, you're not playing Russian roulette. It was a semi-automatic. Um, did somebody said, did somebody say clear? Normally, I don't know why a gun was introduced to the scene anyway. If people care about their house that much, then of course they want their child unalive and investigated. Yeah, you just do what you would do for yours. And if people get that sense and stop looking at it, if it's everything, we know the systematic of it, but do what you would do for yours. Ask the questions. Not everybody is going to just take an answer. They want the full, do what you would do for yours. Like some people, when they go to the doctors now, they ask the doctor, would you recommend this for yours? Would you do this for your mom? Is this something you would suggest your mom do? Your daughter, your father, your mother? Is this something you would do for their best interest? So take that time and think about it. I want the same thing you would do for yours. The same type of investigation, the same type of questions. I want you to put as much diligent questions, everything. Do everything you would do for yours if you had questions. Okay? Do everything if you would do for yours. And the people care about their house and understanding. And where were the parents? This is wee hours in the morning. Whose house? Where's the adults? Well, they're all adults. They're adults, but they're young adults. So this is why you got to be careful again who you allow in your home. These people are bringing weapons introducing weapons into your home. But I don't know what type of society we are in, but we gotta be under the watch to make sure we can't allow these house parties. People are introducing weapons into people's homes and stuff like that. The second or third time I've heard with the kids bringing weapons into other people's home. You just can't do that anymore like you used to. You can't leave your house to your kids like you used to. They ain't like us. You cannot leave your home to your kids like you used to. Oh, I trust mine. Mine ain't gonna do it. Yours won't, but somebody else will. You might can trust yours, but can you trust the friends that they're inviting into your home? It's almost to a point that you're gonna like, we're gonna have to have a thing at the door. Let me get a wand or something. I gotta warn your dang on friends down now. We gotta warn the kids now. I'm going from home. I don't want anybody in my house. That used to be my mom back in the day. I'm going. I don't want nobody in my house while I'm going from home. And we tell you, while my parents were out of the house and they said nobody in the house, Nobody in the house while they were gone. Because you can't answer, for somebody else's if you're not there. So now we got to be careful about allowing kids into your home and then allowing your kids to go in other people's home. I guess they just knew their son was going to a house party. Didn't know that a weapon was going to be introduced to the party. And now they got their child is unalive. How do you protect your kids? What do you do now? And just not, I mean, any type of party. Just going out to the club. Now somebody went to In and Out, and it's just crazy out here today. But what can we do? Stop having house parties? Do you hold the parents accountable for the house party? Is anybody, I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. How do you protect your kids today? Alcohol, drugs, weapons are a thing at parties now. We now know this. If you didn't know, now you know, and it's nothing new. Alcohol, oh, drugs, and weapons are the things at the parties now. It's been for a while, but it's getting to a point where how do you protect your home? How do you protect your kids? And can you protect them? What can you do? What is the conversation? Kids are going to tell you, I know, mama, I know. Lord, how many times my child has told me, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. You ain't got to keep telling me that. You ain't got to keep preaching. Yeah. We get to that point where our kids keep telling you ain't got to keep telling me, I know. And you like, okay. And then you go, oh, I don't know. Okay. We hear the I know, I know. You ain't got to keep preaching to me. I know what to do when I go out there. I know you done told me that 1,000 times. And then you get that phone call. And then you get that phone call. They knew, but they're young. They thought they know everything, and they don't know a dang on thing sometimes. But yeah, another family. What y'all think? I'm here talking. You guys, come on. What y'all thinking about this? What are y'all thinking? What do we do? How do we answer to this? What is the answer? Some of us, we've grown our kids now, so what do you do? How do you handle the situation like this? Do you stop your kids from going out? Do you put a warning sign? Do you put a bell on them like a cow? These kids are going to have to start understanding their safety for themselves. Most definitely. Most definitely. They got to start listening and paying attention and knowing their surroundings. You know your surroundings. Peep things out. Who there? Who's there? Who's the troublemaker? You know how you go out today? We know how to look at our surroundings. You know who's there, who's in the area, who's gonna be there. If they gonna be there, I'm not coming. Remember back in the day when people used to get the rumors out when they heard the troublemaker was coming. The person back in the day, y'all, we had rumors. A lot of times, if we know this particular person, everybody had troubles with. The police had them arrested, and we get the word that this person is gonna probably be at the party. We didn't go. We didn't go. There are a number of times when we get the word that, hey, the troublemaker in the community, the troublemaker in the neighborhood, that always that one child that always getting in trouble, getting arrested, knowing to carry a weapon, he gonna be at the party tonight. Y'all know, oh, we gonna find someplace else to be. I'm not testing them waters. Y'all say he coming, rumors he gonna be out there. I'm gonna be somewhere else, right? We had those type of things that happened back in the day. You get the word that the troublemaker gonna be at the party, and he looking for somebody or she looking for somebody. We didn't go. We found something else to do because we didn't want to be on the scene with the rumors because more than likely they're gonna be true. So these kids got to start thinking. You got to start thinking for your safety. You got to have this talk. Listen, I can't be there with you. I'm not going to be there. You're an adult. I can't tell you what to do or tell you what to say. You're 18, you're 19. Some of y'all still got that hold on your kids at 18, 19. Some of us don't. They start making decisions. How do you have that conversation? You can't tie them down. So what do? you trust. The most you can do, I guess, is pray and trust. In our times, things weren't common, but these kids are hearing about these tragedies just like we hear about them. I would bet there are many kids out here making better choices. I would bet that there are many kids out here making better choices. I would hope so, Gamma. I would hope so. I would hope so. Unfortunately, we hear the news of the ones that are not making the good choices. Unfortunately, the news shows us the kids that are not making good choices. Um, you know, we continue to pray. We ask God coverage of our kids while they're out here and they're coming and going. But we get to hear the stories of the ones that thought they made good choices and then it ended up not being a good choice. The parents thought they could trust the friends and the family. And a lot of times you just can't entrust your kids with everybody. And then the times that you have nothing you can do, you have no control over the situation because you're dealing with adult kids, semi-adult kids, you just have to pray, I guess. And hopefully they got to take some of the things that you um, hey, they heed to some of the things that you imparted in them and their growth that may help come into play, right? Because we talk to our kids and certain things, our kids. So I remember my mama said that, so let me make this decision. This sounds like something my mom said or my dad said would happen. So you do have kids that these seeds that were planted, these talks that you had, that will come into play and help them make better decisions. They may not act like it all the time, but sometimes those seeds that we planted, those those nurturing things that we said as parents will come into play that will protect them. And sometimes, unfortunately, it don't. And those are the hard times, like this case here. I don't know what happened to young Tyler, right? Young Tyler Smith. No, he went to a house party. No, he's not alive today. And no, his parents cannot accept the fact that he unalived himself. And if he did, it could have been an accident. Not saying it wasn't. They just wanted you to do the best police work possible. That's all. The basic police work. Somebody just damn bag his hand just in case. We don't have to. We got gunpowder. Who made that decision not to bag the hand? Who came on the scene and said we don't have to bag the hand because we took all these we take all these statements, they all say the same thing, let's don't bag the hand, we ain't got to worry about it. Is that what happened? Because we got all these statements and everybody witnesses? Do we have a ring camera? Do we have a camera on the scene? Did somebody take a picture of it? Maybe that's the case. So these kids will have phones out during the situation like this here. Did somebody have a camera out? Did somebody take a photograph of it? Is there a camera within the house? Why did Bryce Chestnut take the weapon other than being afraid? I want to know who had the wherewithal to think to put another weapon down. Because the weapon that was on the scene did not match the casing that was on the scene. Come on now. Hey, Bad and Bougie, how you doing? Hey, Justin and Chad, I'm glad my son is married with 3 kids and his days hanging out is over. Praise God. Most definitely, Bad and Bougie. When we get them to the age where, they settled down, they got their own kids, that's a blessing. You know, and the kids start to think different. They start to settle down, and we just all hope to get all our kids to that point. If we can't get them there, hopefully decide to start making the better decisions so they'll get them there. That they went out to a party July 4th. 2 young kids on July 4th went out. Parents really had no control other than advisors. They couldn't stop them because they're young adults. 18, 19, 20 years old. And the kids didn't come back home, and the only thing they're asking for, if it was an accident, just do your due diligence. Just do your due diligence. That's all they want. Due diligence. Do it as you would do your own child. That's the only thing the parents are asking for. If these are accidents, then do your due diligence and do the investigation. All the things that would clear it up and clear up whether it being an accident or not. That's it. Due diligence. That's the expectation. Right? Oh man. Tyler Smith case, y'all. Read up on it. I don't know a lot. Only what I told you. Everything's allegation. Still investigation. This is, like I said, I don't know the just of all the parties involved, other than I know that Tyler is an African, is a black boy. I don't know the race of anybody else. So, um, yeah, don't know the race of anybody else. Um, so, but I know the parents want answers and they want due diligence and they want them to. How do you know it's an accident if you did not investigate? And that's the truth. That's the nature of the thing. That's why the family is asking, do everything to say it's an accident. Do everything. Do the hand. Just if y'all had protected, and you know what, Gamma, if they had done just the bagging of the hand and letting that be the test right there. Take the statements of everybody there, but that crucial evidence, and it's still evidence there, right? Because if they didn't bag the hand at that time, you still got enough place area to say, you know, if this is an accident or not. But again, this is why you got the parents not satisfied because the basics wasn't done. The basics was not done. The basics in Nolan Wells case, statements should have been taken initially. Basic in this case, bag the damn hand and do a do the examination on the hands. That's it. The basics. The basics of securing a scene and taking statements and securing evidence. That is the basic. Law enforcement 101. How do you secure a scene? How do you take statements? Why should you take statements? Statements are always important in cases like this. Nolan Wells, statements should have been taken. Right there, fresh on the scene. What happened? Okay, yeah, it looked like a drowning, but look, we got some circumstances where we need to take statements. Just in case. You're not being accused of anything. We just need to get some statements down. That's it. You want an attorney while you're sitting there? Fine, you can have an attorney. We're not accusing you of a crime. Do you want me to read you your rights because we're taking a statement? Yes, I will have to read you your rights. Because why? I'm taking statements based on an investigation. Okay, because guess what? We're still investigating. We're not accusing you. But because this is an investigation, I am going to read you your rights. I'm going to read you your the Miranda warning, because why? The questions I'm asking you is pertaining to an investigation. Okay, you're not being detained, you're not being arrested, but the questions I'm asking is because of an investigation, because now I'm going to read you Miranda rights. Yes, Bad and Bougie, is a great feeling to get our young men to the time when they wanted to hang out is over. My Don was there, but God still wanted him through sickness. But I still feel blessed that I was not one of these poor parents to have to deal with things like this. Amen, Gamma. Amen. God is good. Yeah, but this is another sad story of parents wanting answers. Another sad story of and wanting law enforcement to do their due diligence. Another case me and my niece was talking about. Y'all tell me what you think about this. This young lady, this case just got closed. She got 35 years in prison. This is a local residence here. My niece and I was talking about her. She 2 years ago, I think the case happened. I think this happened about 2 years ago. This case just got. She was accused of unaliving two 17-year-olds. She had a blood alcohol over 2 point something. She was accused of driving at a set speed of 100 miles an hour. DUI related homicide. Unalive two 17-year-old boys. She got 35 years in prison. 35 years in prison. The thing about this particular case is that she did not take a plea. She pled not guilty the entire time. If investigators start to get charged for not doing their jobs, then things may change. You know what? They might, Gamma, but the climate we're in right now, I think, is why we're getting these. I'm gonna say this right quick. The climate that is available right now may be the reason why you're not getting the best you can in most of these cases. You see what I'm saying? The climate that has been introduced and considered acceptable may be the reason why you're not getting some of these cases or some of the things that are happening, like the shooting of a 1 year old baby in the state of Mississippi, where an officer did not think to maybe let that car go because there's a baby in it. You got the warning. You know, when the call came into the dispatch, the description was given that there's a baby on the scene, that the mother, one of the ladies carrying a baby. But nobody felt the need to say, hey, we can pick them up on a warrant. Let's go look at the camera. Let's go look at the footage in the parking lot. We got their tags. We got them on camera. Let's go ahead and take our warrant for the arrest. We don't have to start. This is not exigent circumstances. A box of freaking diapers is not the reason for deadly force or exigent circumstances that we have to stop this car immediately. There's no risk of life endangerment. They don't have any weapons on them. We don't think that they're going to knock somebody out with a box of Pampers. We didn't have to stop that vehicle. We didn't have to interfere with that vehicle. It's a damn box of Pampers. We could get the tag. We got identification. Walmart got cameras all over the place. Walmart, do you want to issue a warrant for these arrests? Okay, let's go ahead and go down to the magistrate. Let's go ahead and draw up the warrant. And let's go serve the warrants. Y'all testify to these warrants? Yes, now we can go serve them. 1 year old baby would be alive today if police would use their common sense. There was no need to try to stop that car in the parking lot of Walmart over a box of Pampers. Knowing that dispatch put that call out, two black females carrying a baby. Okay? This is why you have the distrust. This is why you have people distrusting, questioning law enforcement because of the decision of a few. Not all law enforcement is bad, but because of the decisions of a few, you get the distrust. You get the questioning of why this have to happen. Why that baby had to die in that parking lot? Why did you have to try to stop the vehicle? Why did you have to position yourself? No, they didn't have to steal. No, they didn't have to try to steal some Pampers. But nobody had to die that day. It's a box of Pampers. But now I see that Walmart has law enforcement stationed in the store. Walmart has now hired police officers to be in the store, inside the store, because of theft. Walmart said, you're not going to steal from us anymore. We're going to put a real live police officer up in here. So if you try to steal a TV, we're going to stop you with police now. So the police is in the store now. They haven't seen it. But you know, police has already been assigned to stores. I used to work Dillard's off duty. So yeah, it's nothing new with police being in stores to prevent theft, to be there. A lot of times, yeah, because I worked off, and it's good off duty money. So, right, it was like, when I worked Dillard's off duty, it was 30 something dollars an hour back then, and that was in the 90s. No, that was in the early 2000s. It was 30 plus an hour working in Dillard's off duty. You know what they get paid off duty working in Walmart? Off duty, $65 an hour. $65 an hour to sit in Walmart off duty. Now hey, that's not bad. 65 off duty jobs right now around here. If you're off duty in law enforcement, you more likely will be making 60 something dollars an hour. And if that's 8 hours on duty or five, that's pretty good little change. They know the baby wasn't stealing, so why not spare his life? Gamma is just not thinking. Some people would do the most for some retail theft, but don't want to do jack about a life. It's disgusting. It's extremely disgusting. Walmart could have handled that better. You know, I mean, I don't know. Is stealing wrong? Yes. But did a baby have to die because of a box of Pampers? Yes, the mother may have made the wrong decision. The mother said she wasn't in the store. The mother alleged that she was in the car and the other person that was driving the car stole the Pampers. Nobody should have died that day. Now I know people blame the mama and the friend and say y'all should have went in Walmart, but guess what? It's a box of Pampers. Everybody made the wrong decision that day, but the baby didn't have to die ultimately, right? Okay? Things could have been done differently. But that's just another case. Um, uh, just think. For Pampers, yeah, the driver of the car stole the box of Pampers. No weapons were known to be on the scene at all. No weapons on the scene. She walked out the store with a box of Pampers. Yep. And somebody had to want to stop the car, put themselves in a position where they say the car came at them and they fired several shots into the car, unaliving a 1 year old baby. Mm. You gotta have better judgment. I thought there's a time in law enforcement where you have to make judgment calls, common sense calls, right? There are times where you do not put yourself in a place where you're not. You can put your life. We put our life on the line back in the day, but a lot of times common sense. Hey, this is something I can handle later. This is something I can come back to. Nobody has to die. Nobody. I'm in a parking lot full of people. Why do I feel the need to cause a more endangerment and have to put myself in a position where I have to fire my weapon in a parking lot at Walmart? We got a description of the vehicle. Let's get them off the lot first. Let's make sure that baby is safe. Do not stop that vehicle. We got a baby in it. Let them get to a place and we go ahead and secure a warrant later. Go pick them up for the box of Pampers. Damn. But you used to have to make judgments like that. Like when you having to um stop a car, you had to make judgment calls in a car chase. Getting stopping a vehicle runs off. Takes off. Now you're in a high speed chase. Now you have to take in consideration. We had to stop. Wait a minute. We have to take in consideration the weather. What's the chase for? And are we entering a residential neighborhood? And what time of day is it? Do we have a school in the area? Because one time high speed chase used to be just what it was. High speed chase. Didn't take anything in consideration. Anything in the way, we going. But if years went by, they came down, policy came down. How are we going to conduct a high speed chase? First of all, you're going to let the sergeant on duty know that you're on to a high speed chase. You're going to get permission for that chase. You just couldn't dog it anymore. Then you had to put in who's in the chase, who's the lead car, who's going to be calling it. So if I'm the lead car in the chase, my partner who's probably with me until I may call that chase until somebody get behind me, and now they're giving the information on the chase. They're going to give the weather. They're going to give the location. They're going to advise the sergeant. And if we get to a speed that is considered too much for the chase, if that person, then let it go. You call it off. Right? You're not, just because somebody took off on you and, if they're not a danger to them, real danger to themselves, like Now, if you pull a car over and this person is wanted for two types, got a warrant for murder and active, yeah, we are the chase. We're going. But if you pull a car over and they just ran a red light and they took off, you got the car, you got the description. You have to now make a decision. You gonna follow, but now you have to. Is this now worth it? Is it now worth? Is this high speed chase worth the somebody else getting hurt for dang running the red light and taking off? Because more likely you got their license, you identify them, you know, you don't look at them. That's why most officers they touch the car when they're going to stop a car. If you notice, most officers back in the day, I'm not sure if they still do this. I know I used to do it. I would touch the car and put my fingerprints on that car. I would put my hand on that car when I'm approaching the car and I'm coming up to the driver window. I would touch the car to get my fingerprints on it. And so, more likely, once you secure that driver's license or something, or you made some type of identification, if they're going to run, they're going to run. Okay, you got the description, you got the car, you got the tags. You got to now decide if you get in this chase, they taking off. You may pursue for a while. Now you got to take in consideration: is this pursuit worth it? If they're not a murderer or somebody that's wanted and they just running because their license expired, and most of the dumb times people run because they got an expired license or they got no insurance for some dumb reason. They're taking off, right? Um, Dad's got to make the judgment call nowadays too. You just have those who don't care. Yep, you're right, Gamma. You're right. You're right. And again, you know, it's just sad that these things are being done out here. But I'm going back the case with the young lady and the alcohol. She pled not guilty, y'all. In this case where she unalived two people driving an excessive speed of 100 plus miles an hour, over 2 point something alcohol she blew, more than triple the legal limit for alcohol. She goes to court, continues to plead not guilty. She was offered a plea twice. She was found guilty and sentenced to 35 years in prison. What do y'all think? Justice served? Overdone? 35 years is too much? Think she should have took the plea? Or you really don't care? I think she got her due just. She didn't, because you know what she could have done? Taken responsibility. She could have taken responsibility for those two lives. The decision she made. Give a statement, apologize to the family. Maybe they would have given you some leniency. But you stuck to pleading not guilty because you didn't want to take responsibility for what you did. So now she's serving she got 35 years to think about what she did, the decision she made to get behind the wheels of a car, triple, quadruple the legal limits of alcohol, driving at 100 plus miles per hour, and unaliving two kids, and had the nerve to plead not guilty. I tell you what, you in most of the states do. I know in Chicago, I know in Illinois, I think in Chicago, you let the state take you to court and you plead not guilty. I mean, if you're not guilty and you know you're not guilty, go all the way. Fight for your freedom. But if you know they got you left or right, you know you guilty. She pleaded not guilty to two homicide by DUI. She pled not guilty. They found her guilty of all two homicide by DUI and gave her 35 years. But she pled not guilty the entire time. And when you make the state take you to court, and you make the state pay all that money, and they know you know that you're guilty, You know that they got all the evidence. They know you done blow everything, and they're gonna make you pay. They're gonna make you pay. Well, how did she feel? She said she wasn't driving the car, but they have no other evidence of anybody else driving. All the cameras show that she was driving. She didn't give the name of the other person who was driving the car. She never said who was driving. But who was the other person? She just kept playing not guilty. Who was driving the car then? They offered her 17 years for both. They offered her the plea. They offered her take 17 years. They offered her 17 years total. That was what she had to serve. She said no. So they gave her 35. 17 years, she would have probably served what? 8? 10? At the most, maybe 10? They offered her 17 years for 2 life. She still said not guilty. Wow. Your Honor, I'm going to take those 17 years. I want to talk to the family. I want to apologize to the family. I know me doing this time, whatever time I got, could never bring them back. I truly, truly am so sorry, and I regret these days. It is so much she could have done. But now she got 35 years to think about it. She got 35 years. And she'll do them 17s, right? And she'll do that 17 now. She gonna do that 17 now. She could have done 17 and got out in probably 8 to 10. Now she gonna do 17. They gonna get them 17 years up out of you. She got offered 17 for both, and then they gave her 17. She got 17 years to run. She got 35 years total. Now I'm thinking I got to go back and see if those consecutive, because she got 17 for both kids. She got 17. I'm wondering if they're going to run those 17 concurrently or consecutively, because it total 35. So she must be going to do them consecutively. She must be going to do 17 and then do another 17. I got to look it up. I want to see if she's going to do them consecutive. Mean that she going to do 17 and then do another 17. Woo! That's not good. I got to look to see which one she has. Concurrently means she'll do 17 to 35 years total, but will she run the 17 concurrently? Got to look that up and see which one she has. But yeah, that's the story on that one as well. A lot going on, guys. Got to pray for the world. We got to pray for our kids and just yeah. Gamma, I appreciate you coming out here, girl, and engaging and keeping the conversation going, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. You got a live today as well. Gamma says, wow. So Gamma's World, thank you, Gamma. Thank you, Bad and Bougie, for coming in. Thank you, Diva the Boss. Thank you so much. We had Bad and Bougie. It's Gamma's World. Y'all check out his Gamma's World live and channel. Dimple J, thank you for coming in. Dimple J's is another content creator, y'all. Y'all check out Dimple J. Thank you, Chris, for coming in. Thank you guys for listening in. I know y'all. Hey, Tracy, thank y'all again. Thank you, Tracy D. Anderson. Tracy D. Anderson is also a content creator. Y'all check out Tracy Anderson. And Grateful too, thank you for coming in. Jackie Campbell, thank you. Liza Cooper, thank you. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Bonnie Mitchell and Saretness, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in today. I know a lot of, yes, two are scheduled, so no problem. Gamma got two scheduled for today. Two live scheduled for today, so y'all check out It's Gamma's World and see what she has going on over there as well. I enjoyed your company today. Thank y'all so much for your support. And guess what, guys? I don't know if I'm gonna be back again today. I think I done talked about everything under the sun. Y'all, it's just opinions, alleged things happening. And guess what? We all have an opinion. We all have things that are going on. Uh, and take it easy, y'all. This is Justice React, and I'm gone, y'all. But I'll be back soon, promise.